want to harvest that truss of tomatoes, y'all. I'm interested, y'all, because my brain power is pretty low these days. Cherokee purple. Hello, welcome to Yellow Door Urban Homestead. I am Asia, and I'm an urban gardener growing in a small space out in my backyard. And today we are 6 weeks. No. Actually, Sunday, we were 6 weeks away from our last predicted frost. And for me, that means I would be starting tomatoes. Also, we are in an area where we probably haven't seen each other in a while. We're in my bedroom because the freeze dryer is on. I have some mashed potatoes and buttermilk going, and it's just too cold outside for me. Also, we haven't had a video in over 7 days, y'all. Y'all, please hang in there with me. I have quit smoking. My anxiety is very high, but I'm working through it. I'm just not being able to be as social as normal. But once we get past this, we're gonna be good to go. Anyway, oh, also, I recorded a video over the weekend for y'all. After I finished editing it, I realized I had a whole friend in my nose. And so I did not post that one. I was like, girl, that's a mess. I was giving y'all an update on the hydroponics and an update on the rabbits, which I will redo that video, but I was like, gosh, so I did not post that. Anyway, we're in my room and I am set up to start my seeds in here. And I did put one of the things on the ground that you can use when your seeds starting that like I never remember unless I'm in a space where I don't want to get it messy. So I have one of those on the ground, but guess what Bootstrap Farmers sent me? I'm pretty excited to try these. It's the 72 cell tray. I'm super excited to try this, especially for my tomatoes because I have a lot of tomato varieties and I could get them all started in this one tray. I like that. Look at that. Very sturdy too, y'all. And of course my favorite color, but like very sturdy, very strong. Pretty sure these are made in the US too. In case you're interested, there's gonna be a link down in my description. This is not a sponsored video, but they did gift me this. And oh, also this sweatshirt. It's a small, but I think it's like a men's small, y'all, because it's huge on me. Anyway, let's talk about the tomatoes we're gonna start. If you are new here, the way that I get my seeds set up is I write on a Ziploc bag and I will reuse these over the seasons. So this is 6 weeks. And then when I put everything in this bag, I also will put a reminder in my phone so it will pop up for me on the day that we are 6 weeks away from our last frost. And then I know to go grab this bag, which normally has all of the seeds in it. I took them out in preparation for this video. So it has all of the seeds in it, and then I don't have to worry about going through all of my seeds to find the seeds that I'm looking for. This has worked for me. I like to share it. It may not work for everybody, but it has really worked for me. So what tomatoes are we starting? And if there's anything that I want to tell y'all about the tomato, I'm going to tell y'all too. Oh, we're also starting zinnias. So let me also go ahead and just show you the zinnias first because we only have 2 varieties. One thing I'm doing this year is I'm trying to cut down on varieties. And where you see me having a lot of varieties, I'm probably trying to learn which varieties are best for me in my area, or I just really like each one of those varieties. And that's across any of the type of plants that I'm growing. So my peppers, my tomatoes, my squash, my zucchini. If you see me with a lot of varieties, I'm either trying to figure out the best or I just really like them all and so I'm growing them all. I'm really trying to cut down on varieties, but I do want to grow the things that we like each year, honestly. So if I have 2 or 3 tomatoes that I really like, I'm going to grow 2 or 3 tomato varieties along with the varieties that I'm trying to learn. Anyway, sorry y'all. So we're doing a big zinnia mix. This is from a company called Kid Seed Co. I found them on Instagram, y'all, and I have ordered from them several times. I didn't order any seeds this year after the end of last year, I think. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure. I was trying not to order seeds. I want to use the seeds I have. I have a whole bunch of seeds in a photo saver, and so I want to start getting through some of those seeds and also saving my own seeds and then purchasing when I need to or if there's something new that I want to try. But anyway, their packages come with a lot of seeds. I don't know if y'all can see that. I have had this since I'm not even sure how long, probably 2021, and there's still a lot of seeds left in here. So if you've never heard of them, you might want to go visit Instagram and see. They also have an actual website. It's kidsseedco.com, but I really like them. My shishitos, I think I just used the rest of my shishitos, and I think I got that package in 2021. They give you a lot of seeds, and it's for a decent price. The next set of zinnias we're growing is Precious Metals from Florette, and these are like really pretty. I love the color. She gifted these to me, I want to say last year. I got them a little late, I think, and so I did grow a few, but I don't think I actually got to enjoy them. So I'm very excited to start these this year. I think they are beautiful, and Florette is actually on Instagram as well, in case you are interested. But I think they are going to be so pretty. Like, I love those colors. She also sent me some dahlias, and we already started those. I think we started dahlias at either 12 or 10 weeks. They're doing really good down in the grow room. Sometime this week, I'm going to show y'all the grow room. Okay, so to the tomatoes that we will be growing. We're going to start with the tomatoes that we're going to be growing in the Greenstalks. Last year, we grew patio tomatoes in the Greenstalks. We also grew these tomatoes in the greenhouse, in the quick tent greenhouse, and they grew really well, and they literally went all the way to fall. So we're putting these in the Greenstalk, but we're also going to put these in the greenhouse. They grew nice size cherry. I feel like they were, well, they weren't really cherry. They were a little bit bigger than a cherry tomato, but they grew really nicely in the greenhouse and in the Greenstalks, I believe. But we'll be starting some of these for the Greenstalks. These are saved seeds. I don't know if these were hybrid or not, but we are going to plant them either way. So the thing with hybrid is you might not get the tomato or whatever fruit or vegetable that you grew the year before. You might get some other variation. For me, it does not matter as long as it is edible. Okay, so we're gonna do a patio choice yellow. So that's a cherry tomato. I think it's really pretty. I don't know if I've had a lot of success. I think that I put these into the hydroponics before, and I think they're in the hydroponics now. I'm not 100% sure. So these are a compact cherry tomato. They only reach 18 inches tall. So that's why I think they would be great for the Greenstalks, because I don't want to have big old tomato plants that's going to shade other things out. It says it's highly productive too, perfect for small spaces, and you get plenty of cherry yellow fruits with sweet flavor. So very interested to try these. Like I said, I think I put them in the hydroponics before. Just can't remember how they did. And these are from Botanical Interest. If you are interested, there will be a link down in my description. I believe you get 5% off if you use that link, if you're looking for any of the seeds that I showed today, or any other seeds, if I'm honest. And then we are going to do an orange het, which is a very small, it's an extra dwarf bush tomato plant. So it gets 6 to 9 inches. So I think this would be really good in the Greenstalks and probably do really well in the hydroponics as well. Of course, it is a Determinate tomato. I don't know if I like the taste of them. I can't remember. But we only have a few seeds left, so it's worth going ahead, giving it a try this year, and we will see how I like them. If I don't, at least I've already used all the seeds up. And it's not that I'm not going to like them. They just might not be a favorite of mine. But I mean, it's a cherry tomato. More than likely, I'm going to eat it, and it's not a red one. I am not an acid lover in tomatoes. Like, I don't love a lot of acid in my tomatoes. So I do grow a lot of orange. I do grow a lot of white. Well, not a lot, but I do have 2 white varieties I like. I like purple tomatoes, yellow, oranges. I grow a lot of them, or at least I used to. We definitely have more red this year because I'm growing for preservation this year. And when I say that, I'm not going to eat a red tomato more than likely on like a sandwich or anything, but for tomato sauce, for salsa, things like that, I will need some red tomatoes. And so you're going to see a lot more red this year. So the next ones that we are going to talk about is going to be our Determinate tomatoes. And so, like I said, I am trying to find a Determinate variety that I like, that is prolific is going to grow a lot for me. And I'm trying to find maybe 2 of those so that I can cut down on varieties, y'all. Since I started gardening, I have been one of those people who really like all the variety, right? But now that I'm more looking into preserving, you know, having like 7 to 14 days worth of food saved up for us, whether that is through the freeze dryer, dehydrator, or frozen, because I'm just not, you know, into canning just yet. I'm not saying I won't. I have tried it. I'm a little bit scared of it. Anyway, I'm trying to grow things that we can preserve and use later. So what are we gonna try this year? So these are all determinate. Determinate tomatoes grow to a determined height, and then they put out a flush of fruit. I will tell you that I have left determinate tomatoes and they continue to produce tomatoes for me. Did they produce a lot? No, but they did produce tomatoes. So it's totally up to the grower, the gardener, whether you want to pull them and then plant new ones. But I have left determinate tomato plants and they have continued to produce. The thing that you hear is that they produce a bunch and then they don't produce anymore. They still produce, they just don't produce as well. In my case, more than likely, I am going to start more, I'm going to say maybe end of April, because I will want to get as many flushes as I can and as much as I can. Anyway, we are going to do a super sia. I am more than likely saying it wrong. If I'm saying it wrong, it's cool, y'all. You can see the spelling right there on the package. So these are grown in Virginia, and I am in Virginia, right? So I'm like, oh, this is kind of cool. Maybe I have a lot of success with them. And so they're grown a little ways from me, but they are grown in Virginia, and it says urban garden. I'm guessing it's probably a compact plant. So we want to try those. They are a determinate and they are a red tomato. It says these globe-shaped tomatoes grow to about 4 ounces and are thick-walled. They have a slightly tart flavor and are ideal for hot, dry locations. We are hot in the summer. And it says they are all-purpose variety to slice and dice as preferred. So this could probably be good for salsa. And then we have a colonial by the same seed company, which is Wetzel. Also, you know, the company that's in my area. This is a globe-like tomato. The plant can grow 5 feet in height and the fruit grows to about 8 ounces. So double the size of the one that I just showed y'all. That's cool. It says they are firm and flavorful, and they are ideal for sandwiches, salads, and slicing. I would still make salsa or something out of it. So we're gonna give that a try. I have 7-gallon grow bags, and that is where these plants will be growing, is in grow bags for the most part. I don't know how many inches it is. I think it's probably about 12 inches, but it's a 7-gallon grow bag. The next one is a Homestead tomato. I grew these as my fall tomatoes last year, so I planted them after all of the rest of my tomatoes had pretty much died out, and they did really good. So I want to try them again. It says they should go in a 24-inch pot, but they're gonna go in them 7-gallon grow bags too, because they grew just fine in there. Those are Homestead tomatoes. They did really good for me. And then we have an Early Girl hybrid. I'm pretty sure I planted these last year, and it says Early Abundance of 4 to 6 ounce fruits. It's the earliest slicing tomato. It's going in sauce. And then the next determinant is a Mountain Marriott. I have not grown this before, but it's a classic slicer tomato. Red beefsteak is what it says. Handy for preserving, so that's cool. And the plant is compact, so it's perfect for containers. This is good for my area. I'm gonna try it. I'm very excited to see how it goes. It says an award-winning slicer. I also rarely did determinate tomatoes, y'all. I was very big on indeterminate tomatoes, for one, because I didn't want a lot of red tomatoes, and for two, I wanted them to grow all season long and I didn't want to have to start anymore. I don't know why my nose is itching, y'all, but it is. Anyway. So sorry about all my scratching. And so this year I'm really trying to find my determinate varieties that's gonna work, which is why we have so many. We have a Supremo, and these produce dependable mid-season crops of impressively large uniform tomatoes. So that is cool. I'll have loads of tomatoes to make sauce or paste. Nice. Chop for salads and salsas or slice for sandwiches. Also says that it is resistant to wilts and there's some word before that, wilt. Well, 2 different wilts. Root knot, cool, bacterial speck, and spotted wilt. All right, cool. See all of those things it says it's resistant to? Reading your packages are really good. So like this one is probably something that I'm gonna wanna grow because it's resistant to a lot. And my area is hot and humid. And so hot and humid on a tomato is not great. That's where you start to get blight and different stuff. Now, I didn't see blight on there, but we'll see how it goes. But it says excellent disease resistance. So we love that for me. And I had 2. I think my son purchased these for me for Christmas maybe, and he got me 2 packs. So I do plan to grow quite a few of those. Yeah, I'm gonna grow 10 of those. And the last determinant that we're gonna do is an Italian Roma. For this one, it says it's an excellent paste tomato, firm and meaty, 3-inch oblong fruits with few seeds and a compact vine. We love compact, y'all. We do. For my backyard, we need compact. So when I was reading some of these packages, I was looking for compact, I was looking for disease resistance, all kinds of stuff. And so I'm very excited to be getting started with the tomatoes today. Like I said, it should have been Sunday. Also with the zinnias. Zinnias are like one of my favorite, literally one of my favorite flowers to grow. All right, so now to our indeterminate. Indeterminate tomato vines will just keep growing and keep growing and keep growing until either the frost comes and kills it, until you decide to pull it out, or until some kind of disease kills it, a hornworm eats the whole plant. They just keep growing. If you notice, we do not have a lot of indeterminates. It's funny how you change as you garden, right? Because normally we would have had like 20 different indeterminate varieties, but we are sticking with varieties that I know I like. There are also some paste tomatoes or red tomatoes in here because all paste tomatoes or red tomatoes are not determinate. A lot of mine are determinate mostly because that's what I was looking for. I want to find determinate varieties. Anywho, we're for sure growing Brad's Atomic Grape, y'all. Brad's Atomic Grape is a very pretty tomato. It is a more like a long tomato. It's not cherry. It's a great tomato. It is like iridescent and it has purples and golds and reds and oranges. You have to let it ripen. Like you have to let it really ripen, but it's a delicious tomato to me. I feel like it is a little bit of sweet, but a little bit of tart or tang, and it has very thick walls. And some people don't like very thick walled tomatoes. I don't mind them. My daughter, I don't think she's a fan of Brad's Atomic Grape, but I absolutely love them. And I saved seeds from last year, right? Because those plants, those were like, I think my only indeterminate plants that lasted all the way through the fall. So I saved those seeds from my plants last year because it is said that the more you save the seed from a plant and you replant it, it gets acclimated to your area. These did so well. So we're absolutely going to continue to plant the seeds that we saved and then save those seeds again each year. The next one is a San Marzano, and this is actually a semi-determinate. So it grows a little bit longer or taller than a determinate, but I don't think that it continues to grow. However, I've had a lot of success with San Marzano tomatoes. Like they produce a lot of tomatoes. I really wanted to grow these this year because I've had really good success with them. That's why we're growing these again. And then we have a super sauce hybrid. I'm pretty sure somebody sent these to me. I wanted to try them. Super sauce just sounds like something that would do really well. I don't know. It's just me in my mind. But it says that the fruit weighs up to 2 pounds. Like that's a big tomato. So I'm interested in doing this. It says 1 tomato can fill an entire sauce jar. I'm interested, y'all. That's why we're doing the super sauce. If you've grown this, let me know what you think about it. That's from Burpees. Like I said, I think somebody sent it to me. And then the super sweet 100. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I had no luck with this super sweet 100. No luck. But it's one of the ones that I don't want to beat me. Like, look at that truss of tomatoes. I want to harvest that truss of tomatoes, y'all. I do. The crazy part is it's a red cherry tomato, so probably not even gonna love it. But I don't know. I just feel like I want to grow that truss of tomatoes. The indeterminate tomatoes, most of them are going into the Bootstrap Farmer greenhouse or on the trellis in the middle block bed. And I hardly ever, or I don't know that I ever have grown tomatoes on a trellis. I just just want to give that a try this year. It's a cattle panel trellis if you are new to my channel. The next one is a great white, and this is from Johnny's. I really like these tomatoes. I'm only growing one white tomato, right? So I have two white tomatoes that I like. Great white is the one that made it through this year, and then next year I grow the other one. For some reason, the name of the other one is not, it's escaping me, and I'm not gonna try to use my brain power to figure it out, y'all, because my brain power is pretty low these days. But we gonna be all right. Oh, and so now this is one somebody sent me, and they said it was their favorite cherry tomato. It's very sweet and very prolific. It was not originally on my list, but it's making it to my list now because like that sounds delicious to me. And it looks like it's more of a smoky tomato, like a Cherokee purple. So I was like, oh yeah, this is definitely, let's give it a try. So it's called Rosella. It says bred for superior flavor by Gourmet Genetics. So we are hopeful. Like, they look like they would probably be delicious. But see, that's what the person said. And I was like, oh yeah, we got to get that a try. And then my last tomato that I will be planting, and my absolute favorite. I really love this tomato. There are other tomatoes that I really like too, but they did not make the cut this year as a slicer. But these, I really, really love them. And I was like, you don't have to have a whole bunch of different slices. You can have the slices that you really like. So that's how we have a white one. Yeah, we have a white one. And then my favorite. That's funny because true story, the only thing I really use tomatoes for as it relates to slicing is sandwiches. I eat bacon and tomato sandwiches all year long, right? So I don't need a whole bunch of them because they would either sit on the table and go bad, which I really tried to avoid. Last year I put them in the freezer, or I give them away, which there's nothing wrong with giving the tomatoes away. And I will more than likely end up giving tomatoes away this year too. But I'm growing more red and less slicers, more, less of the novelties. Anyway. What is my favorite tomato? What is my favorite tomato, y'all? Cherokee purple. I mean, they are absolutely delicious. It is an heirloom, so it's been around since 1890. Actually, it says pre-1890. Cherokee Indian heirloom. Absolutely love this tomato. It has a smoky flavor, and it's not sweet, but it's not overly tart. It's just a really good tomato. I hear people say umami. I don't know what umami means. Maybe it has a umami taste to it. I don't know. But they're my absolute favorite. And when you put some mayo and bacon along with them, they are absolutely delicious. Tell me down in the comments what your favorite tomato is, y'all, because oh my goodness, the Cherokee purple is mine. So anyway, those are the tomatoes that I'm starting. I feel like y'all have seen me start seeds I don't know how many times, and tomatoes are no different from like starting pepper seeds. I do videos starting seeds. I just feel like y'all have absolutely seen me start seeds before. And there's nothing different with tomatoes or with zinnias. You plant them probably like 1/4 inch down, and you cover them with soil. At least that's how I do it, and they grow just fine. So I hope that y'all enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Oh, and hype. That's a new thing, y'all. But don't forget to visit me over on Instagram, where I post about the things going on in my garden almost every day. Bye, y'all. Oh, we and sowing them to death. I'm and sowing y'all to death. Stop saying and so, Asia. Anyway, another one, girl.